If you didn't know, this meeting is being recorded. They've just let us know. But also letting you know that I'm the only one that's actually being recorded. So welcome everybody to this shamanic cleanse and uplift session. We have our beautiful Sharon to thank for this, because when the whole country's going into lockdown and the shamanic students are ringing in and feeling like that everyone needs a little bit of a lift, a little bit of a cleanse. And the idea was just to get the shamanic trainees together, but in tuning in more, I think we can all use it. We can all come together and cleanse and clear and reclaim ourselves, particularly at a time like this when there's lockdowns and rules and people are told they can do things and can't do things. And what tends to happen is that our past life energies can get hit by that. So other times that we've felt confined or been imprisoned or been through other epidemics and famines and all sorts of things, those past lives can actually get triggered and make something that might be a manageable situation into a really difficult situation. So we'll be doing a lot of work on cleansing some of those past life influences that just make everything seem harder. And we'll also be working on cleansing and clearing the thought forms. So when something like this happens, it just creates a big wave, and I can feel it, energetically. I can feel the mental astral plane just going, what's happening? What's this going to mean for me? How's this going to be for my job? How's this going to be for the wedding that I was going to go to? What's going to happen on my birthday? How am I going to go to the funeral that I was going to? How am I going to go on holidays? What's going to happen in my job, my business? So a lot of energy of fear goes into the whole field, and we kind of tap into that, particularly any time that we're connecting to media around it, or social media, or talking to friends around it, and that starts to stick to our field. So other people's feelings of fear, other people's past life triggered stuff hitting our own. So we're going to cleanse all that and clear all that and shift that. And you may really resonate with that. A lot of people struggle during these times, or you're just up for a good cleanse. If that's the case, you're in the right place. We'll definitely be doing that. And we'll also be tapping into our communal love, the love in our own hearts, and lifting ourselves up and bringing some light down and really bringing some healing down where it's needed. So a lot of people will be doing this recorded. I know there's like about 250 people who are keen to do this. So it's a lot of good energy that we can contain and hold and connect to. And even if you're doing this later on, please know that you are with us now and we are with you. In the shamanic tradition, we really know that time's not linear. So we sort of go forward in time and back in time, and we can change things, so that just because you're not listening to this now, feel a big energetic hug coming from the group. We are definitely with you and we are feeling you with us. So that's our intention, that we're all together with this. So we'll just call in the 4 directions, which is shamanically a thing that is done to just set the container. So we want to bring in good energy. We want to protect the field. We want to make sure that it's safe, it's contained, and it's held. So let's just settle in. You might like to close your eyes for this. We call upon the spirits of the 4 directions, beginning with the east, the air, home to the wind, and all of our beautiful feathered friends. Just taking a nice breath in together, breathing in. And breathing out. So just breathing golden light in. And share that golden light as you breathe out. Really feeling our angels around us. All of the beautiful birds around us. Spirit with us. And we can just say out loud, I am safe. We're just really letting know all parts of us. We're very multidimensional. We have past lives. We have little children in there, even shadow children inside of us. So just reassuring ourselves that we are safe. So again, we can just say, I am safe. And just breathing that in. So breathing in beautiful pink light. And sharing that as you breathe out. Breathing that pink light in. Sharing that as you breathe out. Just have this sense of really landing in your body. Really letting your body know that you're safe, it's safe. Thank you, Spirit of the East. We call upon the Spirit of the South, the Earth. And here we acknowledge this beautiful Noongar Budja, this sacred Noongar country. And we ask to connect to all of the song lines around the country, to wherever you may be, even in other parts of the world, if you're listening to this, in different regions. Can sink our taproots down into the earth and really feeling like we're connecting to those energetic ley lines with each other. So having this sense of that we're together, that we're supported, that we're holding one another, supporting one another. Connecting to the beautiful trees, to the beautiful animals, to the rocks, to all of the elements of nature. And again, just reassuring, just saying, I am safe. And we can add to that, I am loved. And really feeling that love in your own heart and extending that to your brothers and sisters. And again, it doesn't matter when you're listening to this, we really receive your love and send our love to you. And again, we can just say, I am safe and loved. Thank you, Spirit of the South. We call upon the beautiful energy of the West and the waters, and it's been a stormy, wet day today. Bracing as I was running along the beach in that rain a couple of hours ago. Diving into that ocean. So just having a sense of the beautiful rainbow. When I was running along the beach, there was this incredible rainbow in front of me, and it was so close. I could actually see it in the water, and I felt like it was a really good omen for our session. So just feeling that rainbow that's offered to you, that rainbow of opportunity, of hope, positivity. Such a good sign, isn't it? The rainbow. It just lights you up with feelings that everything's going to be wonderful and good. So just having a sense of that upliftment of that rainbow, that mixture of the water and the sun. Thank you, Spirit of the West. We call upon the direction of the north and the fire. We definitely need a bit of sun and warmth. Today in Perth, it's cold. Feel that warmth of the sun on your back, or maybe visualize it in front of you, warming all your centers, warming your chakras. Warming your whole core. And again, feeling this sense of warmth with each other. We're all one big family. We're all supporting each other, helping each other, uplifting one another, there for one another. Really connecting to the sacred fires that have been lit in love and community. We ask those fires to warm our hearts and our bodies and our spirits, and to really lift us up and cleanse and purify us. Definitely call upon the energy of the violet flame, which is that incredible violet color and violet flame energy that just transmutes energy. We welcome that into this space, into your homes, wherever you're listening to this, to just cleanse the space, smoke the space, clear the space. Thank you, Spirit of the North. And we just also acknowledge the traditional custodians of whatever land that you're on, and those that have really mastered community and love and service. May they be there to support us. We acknowledge the direction of below, and again, beautiful Mother Earth above, Father Sky, and the sacred in between, where we stand for balance and as that bridge between the physical and spiritual dimensions. Call upon all of our guides who love us unconditionally to gather around us, to support us, to hold us. And only those guides that love us unconditionally. So be it. Okay, so I really wanted us to begin by connecting with one another. So we're just going to go into little breakout rooms just for 5 minutes, and it's just going to be with 2 people. If you're with someone, then still go into a breakout room, so you might be with 3 people. And it's just to check in, like, how are you doing? How are you going? And if one of you can just sort of keep an idea of the time, so like just 2.5 minutes each, but just to share, how are you traveling? How are you journeying? And at the end, we'll check in again and see how we're going and see if there's been a little bit of a shift. Now, if you don't want to join in the chatting, please just jump offline for 5 minutes right now if you can, because otherwise some people have someone in their rooms and some people don't, and they'll be waiting for you. Feel free to jump back on. But if you don't want to chat, it's much better if you actually jump off now, just for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to create these rooms. Okay. There we go. Okay, so joining your rooms now. Just waiting till everyone comes back from the breakout rooms. Okay, everyone's back. So we're going to begin by clearing some of these past lives that may have been affected or triggered by what's going on at the moment. That can be times when we've been confined or imprisoned, times when we've been through epidemics or famines or feelings of betrayal. Any energies that may be within us that are triggering us now. And just because we die doesn't mean that those past life energies, if they're unresolved, aren't operating and flowing through us. So it's really good to clear them out. And in One Tribe, we've learned some really good techniques about how to do that so that that influence leaves us. So things that may be manageable, like a lockdown may be manageable. It might even be potentially enjoyable. But if you've had like past life vows where, you would never be confined again, or if there'd been like an epidemic where maybe you'd lost your whole family and you felt incredible pain at that loss and isolation, then having a similar type of situation hit us triggers that. It can even be times where we've had like financial ruin, where we've made stupid financial decisions. I remember quite recently, I had that come up for me where in a past life I've made a really bad financial decision and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I ended up being sort of put in a bag and thrown over a bridge with rocks, and that's what they did to people who didn't pay their debts back in the day, and at the time that was really affecting my back. I was having a lower back pain. We had created a shamanic clinic here in Perth, and someone like smashed a car into it because it used to be a doctor's surgery and they thought that they were still there and could get scripts. And there's no tradies here, so it was like 9-10 weeks we couldn't even get into the place because it had all been smashed up. And so just because I'd kind of had that past life energy, it was triggering me. So I was starting to like worry about that sort of stuff. And as soon as I cleared that lifetime, it was fine. I had no issues, no worries, no concerns. But it was a similar thing. Back then I made a bad investment decision. In this case, we're opening a shamanic clinic, and the idea is not at all to make it as an investment decision. It's totally about serving the community. It's about all of the shamanic practitioners coming together and helping and serving, and basically all that money goes to them. So these past life things, when they're similar to some degree, hit us. And they might hit you emotionally, they might hit you mentally, they might hit you physically. And generally speaking, when something's larger than life, like a really big, strong reaction, it's often past life. And it doesn't mean that being in a lockdown isn't like really restrictive and annoying and can affect you on many levels. But that thrown in on top of it can make it like unbearable. So just nod if you can kind of relate to that. Yeah, okay, cool. So, this might not just be for like what's going on in terms of lifting our spirits about what's happening right now, but you might have that need and feeling to cleanse about anything. And a past life influence can be really strong and affect it and exacerbate it all. So how we're going to clear that is we're going to Like bring the light down in front of you. So just start by doing that for me. If you can literally intend and use your hands to just bring a light down in front of you really, really strongly. And then I want you to open your energy body like this. And this just helps that past life all the way down to actually physically step out of us. And then we can start to work with and start to talk to and encourage that past life energy with all its thought forms, all its beliefs to go into the light. Now, sometimes that's really gentle and you can hardly feel it. When I had that experience with the me that was thrown off a bridge, it was really, really cathartic actually. Like when I was releasing it, it felt like I was coming out for air, but like because I'd been drowned, it was like I was coughing and gagging, trying to get air as this past life was releasing. So you might find it can be quite strong, like that one was really strong, or it can be really gentle, you hardly notice it. So we can begin by saying it's 2021. If we can all say that, it's 2021. And here what we're doing is we're actually talking to that past life like it's a separate us, because it is. You know, you lived in a different time. You might have been had a different sex. You had a different purpose. You were born into perhaps a different culture, a different family, a different star sign. Like it's literally a different you. So we can say, it's 2021 and I honor your life. But it's now my turn to live this life. And I encourage you to go into that light. You might even see your loved ones in that light. And you can take with you all of your energy, all of your trauma, any experiences that you had that are being triggered by the situation I'm in now. And speaking to them out loud can really help. And you can say, don't be scared of that light. You don't need to protect me. I've learned all the lessons from your life. And I won't make the same mistakes that you did. Your freedom is in that light. Your peace is in that light. And so is mine. And just take a deep breath in. And just start to blow that energy out. And as you do this, you might start to get even a sense of what might have happened. You might get a sense of what period of time it was. Really breathe out that energy. Breathe in. You might even need to cough it out. Just help release that energy. Can say, I release any thought forms from your life. And just breathing in. And with the sound, another breath in. Find your own sound. And just reassuring them, just saying, don't be scared. You can go into that light. All of your peace is in that light. A nice breath in. Another sound or breath. So there's two reasons why these past life energies might cling on. One is because that past life energy doesn't want to go for whatever reason. And the other is that sometimes part of us can be holding on to that for protection or for strength. So you can just say to the young little me that might be holding on to this life for protection or strength, to avoid bad things happening again, I've got you. And just say that a few times as the adult, I've got you. And really perceive that you're holding their hand or hugging them, enveloping them with your love and strength and the love and strength of this group. And you can say, we can let that energy go. Another breath in and a sound to really release that strongly. Breath in, breath in. We can make a lot of vows and promises with ourselves. Like for me in that life, I was like, I promised myself that, I wouldn't make any stupid investment decisions and get into debt. And interestingly, like whenever I've had a debt, I've just ridiculously looked to pay it off. Because, like the last time I had a debt, I died because I didn't pay it off. And that could have even put me in stress to pay it off more quickly than I needed to, for example. So you may have some vows and commitments etched in stone or like a contract. Have a sense of what might be some of those vows, agreements, or commitments that you've made? Like to never be in confinement again, never be imprisoned again, never trust authority, never to get sick again, or never to be out in public with people when, and another time you may have been through another epidemic where people died, maybe even you died, and you felt stupid for going out and getting the flu. So really having that strong intention to dissolve and clear that, and will bring fire. You might need to smash it and break that commitment. It might be sort of etched in stone. And again, we'll take a breath in. Make a sound to bring that through. Another breath in. Another breath in. Now, you may have found that you might have in those lifetimes, you might have even got like energetic protectors there to stop you doing something again in the future. And those can be like different entities or different beings to you. And they might be in place to stop you doing that sort of thing again. But it's not relevant now because that life is gone. You don't need that protection. It's a fear-based protection. It's not anchored in love. So we can say to all of the energies, and again, it's really good to repeat it out loud, to all of the energies that are in place to protect me from having this happen again, or are there to instill fear in me, or come from any other time without my best interests at heart. I free you. I break the bonds that tie us together. I end these contracts and I set you free now. You no longer need to stay with me. I can look after myself. And a breath in. And you can say to them, you've done a great job, go into the light. That is where your peace is. Go into the light now. And a breath in to seal that, cement that. And you can hold that little child and say, it's my job to protect you. I love you. We don't need this protection anymore. We've outgrown it. It was from another whole life. And we have all the love we need around us and within us. I will protect you. And I encourage you to let it go now. So it can have another journey. So this energy can find peace. And a breath in. And a sound, if you like. And another breath in. again, you can say it's 2021. And I'm safe now. I can protect myself. I can find the love in my heart and the love all around me, which is the highest form of protection. And love is the highest form of protection, not fear. And you can say, I ask love energy, and I ask love in the form of light to go through my whole body and cleanse and clear any of this remaining energy now. And again, we'll do another breath in, and if you choose, you can do a sound or just listen to it, breathing in. Say, I invite this light to go into the places that were full of fear and contraction across the lifetimes, and fill that space with love. Breath in. And I want you to really feel like all of that beautiful energy we called in the four directions, your angels, the ancestors, the water energy, the fire and sun energy, your guides who love you unconditionally, are just breathing into you, singing into you, beautiful light, filling the void, filling the spaces that are there because this energy's left you. Really welcoming that divine light and presence in. And those energies are saying, I love you. You are safe. Let me in. So that energy is really encouraging you to let that light in, to just clear the last remnants of that energy. And you can say, please clear the last remnants of this energy. And you can say, it's my intention to clear the last remnants of this energy. I call upon my highest self to clear the last remnants of this energy. And a really strong intention, breathing in, and a sound. Just going to bring through a little bit of shamanic energy just to clear the last remnants of that. that younger part of you that you're safe. I do not give permission for any shadows of fear to be in my field whatsoever. Just would love your permission to just clear this energy. So just say, I give full permission for the guides to clear any remaining energy that is not based in unconditional love, and really holding on to the younger parts of you that need that reassurance. Connecting to love energy within yourself and for the whole group. So really connecting to love and spreading love through the whole group. It doesn't matter whether you're listening to this later. We're receiving your love, you're receiving ours. Sharon, just checking in, is there anything that you feel needs to be added to that? Just nod your head if you want to add anything and I can unmute you. Okay, cool. She's saying no to that. Okay, so we've got some light down and it's got some stuff in it. We don't want to have that just hanging out in our house. And we've got an energy body open, which we don't want to keep open. So why don't we begin by just lifting that light up, really sending it right back up into the heavens. And then beautifully closing our energy body with a lot of love. So making sure that it's really sealed in there. All the way down our bodies, down the front. I'm just allowing you to unmute yourself. So if you want to, how are people feeling? You can unmute yourselves. I can't hear you. I've seen some thumbs up.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
That was really, really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, enjoyed that very much.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Uplifting so much.
No words.
Except for those.
No words.
I'm all tingly.
I feel lighter.
Great, darling. Good.
It's very good.
I could see you all yawning and shifting, and often when we yawn, like it's because the energy's leaving. Okay, why don't we just have a break for just 2 or 3 minutes, just enough time to go to the toilet, grab a drink of water. Don't be gone for too long, and then we'll come back and we'll clear all those thought forms. Okay. Maybe one or two just still coming back. Okay, round two. So round one was past lives. Round two is thought forms. And how thought forms from the collective can stick to us and our thought forms. And we don't even realize that we're being impacted and affected by it. I remember when it first happened, when the pandemic sort of first hit, and it was like, no one knew what was going to happen, what was going on. And I could really feel this energy of fear and uncertainty and paranoia and people going crazy, panic buying and all sorts of stuff going on. And I could really feel it, and my throat even started to get sore, you know? It's like I felt like I was getting sick because there was like this global sickness, right? And everywhere you looked, it was like, man, what's happening? And I could identify that that wasn't mine, you know? I could identify that that was the energy out there. And because I was connecting into it, just because we're all connected, but if I'd watch the news or listen to people or talk to people, that energy and that fear would come in and it kind of just attaches itself to you. And even worse when you've had those past life things, because it just, you know, that past life fear and then someone else's fear and collective fear, and you just go, yeah, there's something to be scared about here. So put your hand up if you'd really like to have other people's fear and collective fear and confusion in your energy field. Nobody's got their hands up. What's wrong with you people? So I feel like we can go into that and cleanse that, because, you know, there's been a lot of suffering. There's been a lot of, you know, like people haven't, you know, even been able to go to their parents' funerals and stuff like that, you know, through the whole saga of this stuff. So there's a lot of collective fears and frustrations and anger and paranoia, you name it. And I don't think we need to name it. I think we can just release it.
Mm.
So to do that, just checking if you can that all your screens are on mute, if that's all right, because we might be repeating things and then it's hard for people to hear because they're hearing one or two people repeating, and it's hard to go through all the screens and find everybody. Okay. I've been working a lot with the violet flame energy. So that's the energy attributed that Saint Germain brought that in, and it's like a violet light, a violet flame energy, and it just literally burns and transmutes what's not yours. And I've just had this yearning for change. You know, my life's really good, I'm really happy, but I've just had this yearning to transform that which is not me. You know, all indigenous traditions and all, pretty much all religions and spiritual traditions of all sorts, at their core and at their essence is this sense of love and oneness, and that's actually our essence, that we're not all this separation stuff, you know, we're not our roles and our jobs and our family, you know, that our essence is pure, that it's light, that it's love, and that we all share that. So we're all interconnected. Like my essence is exactly the same as all of yours, and yours is the same as all of ours. Like our essence is really, really good. And so I know personally I've been working a lot with this violet flame to just transmute that which is getting in the way of me living and experiencing that more. And not needing to even know what fear it's clearing, but just having it go through my mind, through my emotions, through my physical body, through my DNA, through my cells, through every part of my being, through my chakras, everything, to just cleanse it. I'm on a 40-day fest of this violet flame. So I think we can bring some of that energy in to really clear us and clear our thought forms. We can just begin with that as an intention as a group. We can say it's my intention and the group's intention. And again, it doesn't matter if you're listening to this later, say the words with us because we're with you and you're with us. To clear out thought forms of fear, lack, anger, confusion, poverty consciousness, boredom, frustration, and just add your own there. If you can just spend a minute to just add what's some of the words that you need to express that you feel has got stuck in your field. How are you feeling at the beginning? Name some of those if they weren't all glowing and positive. Some of that is probably stuck to you and is not all yours. And really feeling those in the body. Where do you feel them in the body? Or are they in your aura? There's a plug that plugs from the back of the head and sort of connects into the matrix of these, thought forms. So you can even just pull that out a little bit, just gently, and you can just say, I unplug myself from this fear and scary thought forms that are not my own and that limit my experience of love. And just put that into the fire. We just ask that violet flame to come around everybody into the room. And we can all say, my essence is love. My essence is pure. My essence is peaceful. My essence is fun. And again, just add any words of your own. What's your essence? Gorgeous, beautiful, fantastic, lovable, light. You can say, I am not these thought forms. And again, I am not these thought forms. I am not these thought forms of lack, fear, and separation. Okay, we're going to really bring that violet flame into that. Going right through the core of you, you can say, I invite this violet flame into the core of my being to burn up this fear that is not mine. Take a breath in. Seeing all of these news reporters, news articles, social media, all of the thought forms of other people and all the heated thought forms, the fear, and a lot of that, the whole industry built around fear wants to keep us in fear. That's what sells news. Breathe in. Say, I don't need to be fearful to be safe. Again, I don't need to be fearful to be safe. Again, I don't need to be fearful to be safe. I don't need to swallow other people's fear to be safe. And breathing in. That's a really good tone. See if you can hit that one to really burn it up. Breathe in. Can say, I invite the violet flame into my base chakra, right into the pit of my stomach, where all fears are seated there. I ask the violet flame to clear all of the fears there. And really invite that in. You know, like, the fears don't keep you safe. Fears create a fearful life. They bring the things that you are scared of. You are not silly people. You will know what to do and how to be without needing fear to keep you safe. It doesn't keep you safe. It invites that energy in. It creates that in your life. Does that make sense? Just nod if you get that, yeah? We can say, this fear doesn't keep me safe. It's not even mine. Okay, breathing in. This fear is not real. 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 You may have heard of that expression, fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. What's real and lasting is love. So really let that energy go in there. Be brave. It's just it's the invitation. You need to invite it in. It's there, but you need to invite it into your system for it to work. Breathing in. Can say, I don't need fear as the rudder for my life. I choose love as the rudder of my life. I choose love as the anchor of my life, not fear. To the energy of this fear. I've learned all I need to from you. And right now I end my relationship with you, along with everything that goes with you, that keeps me in fear, that keeps me feeling small. You can just say, go into the light now. Return to your source. I release all fear that's not mine. All ancestral fear, I release into the violet flame. I give that back to love now. Breathe in. Can say, I appreciate that this fear has served me or served my family, but I don't need it now. I don't need it now. I don't need it now. I ask the violet flame to clear these skeletons in my closet. Breathe in. And you can say, you are false evidence appearing real. And really have that intention that with this next breath, with this next sound, that you're sending this violet flame energy or light into these skeletons in the closet, and they are just dissolving. Breath in. Everything is just energy. We say that so much in the shamanic training. Everything is just energy. We really feel things are real and they're just energy. Shift the energy, because it's just energy, and your life transforms. That fear goes. Those beliefs go. Those limitations go. Breathing in. Really strong. And we can say to all my ancestors and to the wider community, I appreciate that this fear is important for you. But it's not my fear. It's not my fear. It's not my fear. It's not my fear. And really feel that. Really feel this sense of this fear is not mine. Why would I carry it? I appreciate you may want to carry it. Go for it. It's free will. Everyone do what they want. Breathing in. Say, I may not have drawn a line in the sand between my energy and yours before, but I'm doing it now. Oh, yes, I'm doing it now. Breathing in, draw that line in the sand. You can just say, I don't believe in your fear. I'm not intimidated by your fear. I'm not scared by your fear. I know it's confronting for you that I may be different to you, that I may choose differently. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means this fear is not mine. I want you to visualize that there's a circle going right the way around you and a sphere going around you where your energy's in it and that fear's all around you and being dissolved by this light. I want you to really feel like your field is being clear, your house, your room, your life. Say, I choose not to hold on to a hair of this energy. Not a thread of this energy. I let it go fully now. My mum's Guru Sayama talks about, like, if you hold on to a hair of something, it's still connected to the whole something. So be brave and let it all go. Every hair, just surrender to your own space, your own light, your own energy. Ooh. You can say, I have everything I need within me. Just saying, I give permission to the violet flame to burn through any remaining threads of fear that's not mine. I ask this to happen right now. You can say, I don't need to have this fear to have relationships. It's okay that my loved ones have fear and different thoughts and beliefs to me. It doesn't mean they don't love me if I think and feel differently. So really let that violet flame go through just that stuff that's around you. Because you're scared that, if you really be independent, will your loved ones, will your lover, your husband, your wife, your children, your family still love you if you don't share their fear? And the answer is pretty obvious. It's going to be yes. And it's not like we have to convert them or even talk to them about it. We just choose that fear isn't in us. Say, I choose that fear is not how we meet. Is not our common bond. I choose that love bonds us, not fear. Holding that beautiful child within you, letting your child know that you love them, that you'll care for them, that you'll never reject them, that you'll support them, you'll hold them. Sometimes we can feel like energetically we've never been allowed to have an independent thought growing up. So it can be scary on that subconscious level to let go of these energies. But remember, they're just energies. Say, if you can relate to this, I'm not somebody else's property. I just have, some angry energies and people staring me down because they're really upset because they think they own you. Do they own you? And we can just say to them, I love and respect you. And that you may find it scary for me to be independent. But I am not your property. My thoughts are not your property. My emotions are not your property. My mind is not your property. My body is not your property. You do not own me. Nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. I own myself. And just have that sense of finding that adult in you, that adult that can protect and love the child within you. That's what we so need. We need to parent ourselves. Otherwise, we get hooked into these unhealthy relationships that aren't good for anybody, and we end up resenting them. You can say, I don't need your strength or your fear. I don't need your strength, your fear, or your control. And just really emanating love from your core of your body to your child and out your whole body toward that energy that is deluded and misconceived and misinformed, that on some subconscious or even conscious level they feel that they own you. And, you know, those things form when we're children and our parents are looking after us, and past life energies and relationship energies, romantic ones, work ones, religious ones, political ones. Nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. That doesn't mean that we don't love people and have deep connections with people, intimate relations. But there's not this unhealthy, fear-based control energy. Just feeling a lot better. Can just say, I ask the violet flame to go through my mental body, to go through my emotional body, to go through my physical body, to go through all of the energy systems in my body, through my aura, through all the organs, the blood, the tissues, the skin, every part of my being. I ask the violet flame to cleanse. Oh. Feeling that spaciousness, light. If you've got a drink of water somewhere handy, I recommend you have a good swig of that now. So at our essence, we are all one, which is so good, right? At our essence, we are all one. So we're never alone. I am you, you are me. And our essence is really great. So just having that intention to connect to that oneness energy, that part that never gets old, never gets sick, and never dies. In the shamanic tradition, there's this knowing that we split off from oneness and have a separate life, with the whole purpose of then really experiencing that we're oneness. When we're sort of in the oneness, it's hard to really get that. So we come down to separate off a bit to go, oh wow, I'm the oneness. How awesome's that? And then, then we leave the body and then we go back to it. So we're looking to connect to that oneness energy, that constant energy that, you can't divide it, you can't separate it, it doesn't get sick, it's just this oneness light. So we can say together, I am one. I am at one with all things. My essence is light. My essence is oneness. And just, if you can say from wherever you are, I am what? I am light. I am love. I am inspiration. I am joy. I am bliss. I am peace. I am truth. I am one. And just getting a sense of all that's been uttered there, that we're all connecting to that oneness. We are all things. We are creative. We are divine. We are pure. We are inspirational. We are limitless. We are all the things that you've said about yourself. And no one is excluded from that. So really having this sense of including everybody. Sometimes it's really easy to connect to that oneness energy, and sometimes it's hard. But it's always there. So if you're really feeling like that's easy, really sharing that with the group. Not trying to change anybody or heal anybody, but just sharing it. Accepting where everyone is, accepting where you are yourself, where your mind is. You are not your mind. And your mind is a great tool, but you're not your mind. So just really, as we go into singing this for a bit, not trying to change anything, but just singing this universal truth to all parts of you that feel separate, that feel like they're not able to connect to this, or missing out, or angry, or small, or divided, anything. Embracing it, not trying to change it, but embracing it, sharing it. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. Really singing this to the parts of yourself that find this hardest to hear, that feel most separate. Not trying to change it, but just singing it to them, loving them. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am love, you are love, we are love. I am love, you are love, we are love. I am love, you are love, we are love. Going back to light. I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, we are light. 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 Because we're light, we can perceive that we are floating around the earth in a big, huge circle with all of us connected. And we can send that love and that light into the whole planet and to anyone who's receptive to receive it at this time, anyone who really needs it, anyone who really feels alone, unloved, separate, and is open to receiving this love. And you might be guided to send that love to the trees, to the flowers, to the rivers, to the politicians, to people in prisons, anyone that you're guided to. And just spend a few minutes emanating that light and sharing that light. Really knowing that we're worthy of loving and healing and sending that and sharing that. I am light, you are light, we are light. So really knowing that you're worthy to be a chalice, to be a vessel, to be a transmitter of healing, loving energy. And it's not your energy, you're not draining yourself at all, you're just sharing this universal oneness of the group. So no effort, no trying, no responsibility. Just knowing that you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, you are divine, and you are an instrument for this healing. And that it's real, that it matters. And for those receiving it, It can be the difference between going on to the end of the day and not. Really feeling this connection with each other and feeling a connection with the earth and all of the healing that's happening, the joy of the service of that, the joy of the connection with each other, and just starting to perceive that you're coming down back into your own bodies. And feeling connected to the earth when you get there, sending your tap roots down into the earth and reconnecting to the tap roots that connected us to each other. Right at the beginning we sent tap roots down, even to those listening to this later, and then we touched each other gently with it. So being in your body and touching other people through the tap roots in your feet, helping other people to land back in their bodies as well, to ground back into their bodies, to come back into their bodies. And we can say, I am back in my body. And it's a great place to be. It's a safe place to be. Okay, well done everybody. We're going to spend just 4 minutes this time. Again, just going into the breakout rooms. How are you feeling now? And anything that you want to share with each other. If you really don't want to join that, now's a good time to jump off. Otherwise there'll be people who can't, they'll be in a room feeling very lonely because there'll be no one there. So if you are jumping off, closing the 4 directions, we'll do that at the end for everybody. Okay. Now we're going to create these little breakout rooms. Okay, creating them now, and I'll bring you back in like 4 minutes and we'll close it off. Okay, just a couple of minutes each. Join your rooms. Was there no one in your room, Joanna? Right, if you go back in, I'll flick you to a room. I think everyone else has got someone to chat to. Did you want to go back in, Joanna? Okay. If you jump in, then I'll just move you. And so you can chat to somebody else. Join, yeah, room 10, hey. Oh, she's not in. She's got nobody. I'll move her to room 11. All right, I'm just giving people 60 seconds to wrap it up. Ten seconds for everyone to jump back, and then we'll all be back together and we can close it down. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll close the 4 directions down. If you want to say anything before we do, now's your opportunity. You can just unmute yourself if you want to say a word or two.
Thank you, Mark.
My pleasure.
Thanks so
Can't
much.
see me, but yeah, very excellent.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
you.
everybody. Bye.
That was amazing.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Mark. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Love to everyone.
Just make sure you drink some water too, guys. I can see a lot of you are dehydrated. During this
Thanks,
very,
Mark, and
very
everyone.
dehydrated.
Really powerful. Beautiful.
All right, let's close down. So we give great gratitude to the east, and we close that down. Give gratitude to the south, we close that down. The west, we close that down. The north, we close that down. The direction of below, beautiful Mother Earth above, the sky, the sacred in between, we close all of that down. And let's just ground fully into our bodies. Please drink water. Pretty please. Yeah, the water will help you ground, but it'll also help you cleanse, because that energy is going to still flow through you, and if you drink water, it can filter it out. Otherwise, it can you can actually feel a bit toxic, because that energy is still sort of filtering through. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sharon, for holding space.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks, Marky Mark.
Yeah.
And Kat for doing the technology. Thank you, Kat.
Oh, Kat.
Thanks, Mark, Sharon and Kat.
Thank you.
Loads of love. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Kat. Thanks, Mark. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, Marky Mark.
Thank you. Blessings.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh.
always a pleasure, Marky Mark. See you next time.
Yeah.
Daddy Mark.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.
Good.
Thank you.